السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. And if you can remember, we were looking at chapter 12, and then we were able to complete it. So in this particular lesson today, we are going to be looking at chapter 13, Babul Tawqid. So that's the first thing we are going to begin with. We're going to begin by looking at Tawqid. And at Tawqid, when we say Tawqid, Tawqid is, in simplicity, emphasis. Emphasis. So the Sheikh says that at Tawqid tabi'un lil mu'akkid في رفعه ونصبه وحفظه وتعريفه. Okay, he's saying that at Tawqid, and as I said, Tawqid means emphasis. So example, I say Muhammad wrote the exams himself. Abdul Karim did the assignment himself. So I am emphasizing the fact that he did it. It's not that someone helped him. So that is Tawqid. I hope that is clear. So Tawqid means emphasis. So in Arabic language, we have a list of some words that we use for emphasis. And the Sheikh will mention it here, just like in English. Certain words come for emphasis. Example, I see himself. He did it himself. So that is emphasis. I hope that is clear. So, or you see collectively. Okay, they came here collectively. So this is for emphasis. Okay, or you see, they came here, all of them. So all of them is to signify that there is no exception. So you are emphasizing the fact that all of them did came here. There is no exception. So that is similar. We have certain words in the Arabic language that we use for Tawqid. And so we are going to look at them, and then we'll also look at their Arab in a sentence, how they have been affected grammatically in a sentence. So the Sheikh, as the Sheikh says here, at-Tawqid tabi'un lil mu'akkid. The Tawqid, the emphasis, the emphasizer, the thing that is coming for the emphasis. And the thing it is emphasizing, they must follow one another in terms of Arab. So if the thing it is emphasizing is mansub, it should also be mansub. If it is majrur, it should also be majrur. If it is marfu, it should also be marfu. I hope that is clear. So that is what the Sheikh says mentioned here. في رفعه ونصبه وخفضه وتعريفه ويكون بألفاظ معلومة وهي, and there are some known words. Okay, there are some known utterance, and they are, so he's going to mention them here: النفس والعين وكل وأجمع وتوابع أجمع. So that's what he has mentioned. وهي أقطع وأبطع وأبصع. So what are those words that we use for emphasis in Arabic language? That's what he has mentioned here. And nafsu is the first one. And nafsu. So for example, if I say ja'a nafsuhu, he came himself. Ja'a nafsuhu, he came himself. Then the second one, al-aynu. Al-aynu. Al-ayn in the Arabic language, it means a lot of things. Ayn can mean a lot of things. Ayn can mean the source of something. Ayn can also mean just the eye, the human eye, or the eye of a living thing is the ayn. Ayn can also mean source of something. So for example, if there is water and I'm asking, Aina aynu, or where is it sprouting from? Where is it coming from? Like, where is the source? The source of something, the origin of something can be the ayn. And ayn, of course, in this particular context, it means Tawqid, emphasis. So like I said, Ja'a aynuhu, he came himself, is to give emphasis. Now the third one is kullun. Kullun is also used for emphasis. Kullun is also used for emphasis. فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُمْ. All of them did so. So it is emphasizing the fact that they really did it. So emphasis, the third word for emphasis that we are seeing here is kullun. Then the fourth one is ajma'u. Ajma'u is also for emphasis. It also comes for emphasis collectively. It means together. So like fasajal al-malaikatu kulluhum ajma'un. So collectively, meaning that there is no exception. It is also used for emphasis. So these are the four things that we are seeing. And nafsu, al-aynu, kullun, and then ajma'u. Now the Sheikh continued by saying that he didn't stop there. He mentioned that وَتَوَابِعُ أَجْمَعُ, and then the tawabi' of ajma'. وَهِيَ أَقْطَعُ وَأَبْطَعُ وَأَبْصَعُ. Now what does it mean? Observe. These three things he has mentioned. أَقْطَعُ, أَبْطَعُ, أَبْصَعُ. These three things, they usually come after ajma'u. They usually follow ajma'u. So that's why it says tawabi'u ajma'. They usually come after ajma'. Most of the time you see a sentence and then one of these three things will come after the ajma' for further emphasis. So for example, you can hear something like جاء القوم أجمعون أقطعون. So it is all of them. All these three, أقطعوا, أبطعوا, أبصعوا, they all mean ajma'u. They are having the same meaning. They all mean collectively, but it mostly follow ajma'u for further emphasis. If you want to make your tawkid, your emphasis strongly, okay, you may use ajma'u and further use one of these words again for further emphasis. But like I said, they all means collectively. So that is what he says. Now we are going to look at examples as he's saying here. He says that Takulu qama Zaidun nafsuhu. So look at this example. This is the first one. Let me enlarge it. See? Okay. I hope you are seeing. You can see. Okay. So look at here. Qama Zaidun nafsuhu. Zaid stood himself. Meaning that it is not someone who helped him to stand up. Okay. He just stood up himself. Or it's not someone who made him to stand up. So qama Zaidun nafsuhu. Second example, Ra'aytul Qawma kullahum. I saw the people. Okay, a qawm, a group of people, whether a nation or so Ra'aytul Qawma kullahum. I saw the people, all of them collectively. So it is also for emphasis. It is meaning that there's no exception. I really saw all of them. Then the third one, Marartu bil qawmi ajma'in. So ajma'in is also for emphasis, which also means collectively. I hope that is clear. Okay, now what you need to know here is, like we said, like the Sheikh said at the beginning, that التوكيد تابع للمؤكد في إعرابه. The tawkid, the thing that is emphasizing, the emphasizer, okay, the word that comes for the emphasis. Example, nafsuhu, kulluhu, ajma'u. All of them, when they come, they must follow the thing they are emphasizing in Arab. If the thing they are emphasizing is marfu, they should also be marfu. If the thing they are emphasizing is mansub, they should also be mansub. If the thing they are emphasizing is majrur, they should also be majrur. Example, Zaidun, qama Zaidun nafsuhu. So you see, Zaidun is marfu. You can see marfu bin dhamma. Here, nafsu, not nafsa or nafsi. So it is also marfu bil dhamma. So the thing that is being emphasized and the word that is emphasizing, they must have the same i'rab. Ra'aytul qawma kullahu, not kulluhum, because here is al qawma with fatha. I hope that is clear. So the kulla should also be mansub. So the tawkid, the word coming for the emphasis, and then the mu'akkid, the thing that is being emphasized, should have the same i'rab. I hope that is clear. Marartu bil qawmi ajma'in, not ajma'un. I hope that is clear. It is not ajma'un. This is jamu muzakkar salim. So it is initially ajma'un, because here is majrur, okay, or mahfud. Here should also be majrur. So ajma'in. I hope that is clear. Now let's look at the last example in red. You can see in red, فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُمْ أَجْمَعُونَ. Okay, فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُمْ أَجْمَعُونَ. So all the angels, they prostrated. كُلُّهُمْ, all of them. أَجْمَعُونَ, collectively. I hope that is clear. So this is further emphasis. I hope that is clear. Allah is just trying to make the point clear that for you not to even think that maybe there was an exception. All of them, all the angels collectively, they prostrated. I hope that is clear. So tawkid, we may use more than one tawkid in a sentence, like this particular sentence. Okay, kulluhum could have been enough. Okay, فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُم, you could have just said that and it will mean that all of them. But Allah further add ajma'un to make the thing very strong and leave no room for doubt. Most of the time, or sometimes, the reason for using emphasis is not just to emphasize, but it is something that we call izalatu shak, the removal of doubt. The removal of doubt. Sometimes you use emphasis to remove doubt, mainly if the people you are speaking to, they have doubt in what you are seeing, then you may use an emphasis. Example, Allah says in the Quran, Inna Qaruna kana min qawmi Musa fabagha alayhim. Indeed, Qarun was from the people of Musa. The funny thing is, if you look at how Allah described him, you may not understand, because Pharaoh enslaved the Israelites. Pharaoh enslaved, Banu Israel in Egypt. He enslaved them. So if you are not, it was kind of like racism. You know, they were initially not from Egypt. Okay, they were. If you look at Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he finally found himself in Egypt. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, we all know that this qisas. And so from him come the generation up to that point. The Bani Israel, that's what they ended up in Egypt. And so they were not initially there. That's not initially their country. So when Pharaoh saw them as, when foreigners are in your country and you don't value them, that was how he saw them. And so he enslaved them. He used them to do all kind of things that he wants. And not just even pay them or do it. This pure slavery, pure zulm. He kill, he can do whatever he wants, and no one can say anything. So, but Qarun was also from them. He was a foreigner. He was not an Egyptian. He was from the Banu Israel. So looking at what Pharaoh was doing to them, slaughtering their babies and all this, but he was having a lot of money, like Allah described him, the kind of wealth Allah granted him. So if you look at these two things, it doesn't match. His people are being enslaved, killed, slaughtered, and they can't do anything. And on the other side, he's from them. But look at the kind of money he's having, and he's living a free life in Egypt. So how is that possible? So that's why Allah says, Inna Qaruna. Indeed, because the narrator, those listening and you are observing this, you will be, if you are reading the Quran and you see this, you think, how is that possible? Because he was from them, and he is living this kind of life. How is that possible? So, and then so Allah says, Inna Qaruna. So mostly tawkid, that inna is for tawkid. So it sometimes come for something that we call izalatu shak, the removal of doubt. Allah is saying he is indeed among them, even despite the wealth he is having and the kind of luxurious life he is living, he was from them. I hope that is clear. So tawkid can sometimes come for izalatu shak, the removal of doubt. I hope that is clear. So that is the chapter of Tawkid. It's very short. It's very short, and that is all of it. So inshallah, as we usually do, if you have a question, you can just note it down. At the end of the lesson, we'll give some minutes for questions and answer session. So we'll move to the next chapter. That will be chapter 14.